For over 30 years, the Sturko family has made the time to spend 1 week together every year in central Alberta, with family and close friends getting together from across Alberta and BC. It is this particular week in November that has fueled the fever from day one. We affectionately refer to it as the Mike Sturko Annual Whitetail Hunt, in loving memory of our father, brother, and Uncle Mike Sturko, who before passing brought our family together through his appreciation, respect, and love for the outdoors. Mike Sturko brought our family into hunting, and at times I feel only a hunter can understand the bonds our family has forged as a result. This tradition we have carried on year after year ties us together. It is a key ingredient in the foundation that unites us as a family. As the younger generations eagerly accept the torch to carry on this tradition, the names Mike Sturko, Gord Sturko, and Larry Sturko will live on in our family. We document our adventures to share with each other and upcoming generations, to tell our story as those before us did when they first picked up their cameras and raced to develop their 35mm pictures for their photo albums. This week on The Fever, we will be following Gord Sturko through the week as he tries to harvest a whitetail at this year's annual Mike Sturko Whitetail Camp.
Midday break, getting out of the wind, and we are gonna have lunch with the family and then head into our blind. Gord and I set up a blind on some pretty good land. Hopefully one of us can get you guys a nice whitetail. It's the annual Mike Sturko hunt week, and we're out with the family from BC and Alberta, back in an area that we've hunted in our whole lives, so we continue to try to get it done for everybody. So got a fire started. Let's check it out.
I got a tough go. Good luck. You'll never beat Nick, man. I don't care who you are. No, you know, he's saying
Minus 17. Wind's blowing like crazy, but we're gonna go in there and set up and hopefully get a chance at a nice whitey. Seen quite a few around here, so yeah, pretty pumped. Gonna be a cold sit, but it's all worth it. You can get a big one. The camera guy always carries all this stuff. Never fails. was a really windy day today, so yeah, there's not a lot of action with the deer movement, but that's okay. That's okay. We're here all week, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So we got about maybe 10-15 minutes left here of good light, and head back to camp and regroup and make sure we got everything for the morning.
The Fever is brought to you by Stampede Toyota, APA Archery, PJ Trailers, Stealth Cam Digital Scouting Cameras, Traeger Wood-Fired Grills, Vortex Optics, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liners, Al's Hot Shot and Trucking Services, Domax Construction Equipment, Smith Game Calls, and these other fine partners. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Stampede Toyota. This segment is brought to you by Al's Hot Shot and Trucking Services and Affordable Hydrovac.
We got our coffee, we got the thermos full. We're gonna go in and shoot a deer now. It's -20, minus basically 100 with wind chill yesterday. No wind today. So stick with us. Hopefully we can get a buck down for you guys. Obviously a lot of animals moving out in the field, so hopefully they start making their way into their bedding area for the day. We got Gord here. Ain't cold? No, not really. Still warm for the walk in. A little overcast today, but it should be a good stay with us. Cheers, man. Cheers. Let's wait for Buck to come in here now. We got in the blind here this morning. Seen a lot of deer on the way in. Had a couple nice bucks come in. Well, one spiker and one's a spiker. Yeah, and an okay buck, but nothing more than a 130. So we don't want to take that yet, or at all, really. I'm not sure about Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Farmer said we better take one out of here. He won't let us back in. Yeah, that's true. Very good point. Farmer says if you don't kill a deer, you're not allowed to have my property anymore. So we're gonna have to keep that in the back of our head. But lots of good deer in the area. Lots of whitetails moving around. It's late November. We got our coffee. It is cold. It was really windy yesterday. Yeah, it's nice today. Decent anyway. Yeah, but it's nice today, so it's still -17 or something. No, -23. Doesn't feel like it though. When that wind hits us, holy smack, boy, that is cold. The feet are a little warm, our feet are a little chilly. Sorry, I did remember the heater today though. Thank God. We haven't even had to fire it up yet, but I know that'll be getting turned up after lunch. We're gonna go and meet up with the crew, and we're gonna fire up the Traeger. I prepped some of my moose ribs and smoked them last night at the hotel, and we're gonna go back to hunt camp, and we're gonna light that Traeger up. We got about 40 minutes left to sit. We're gonna have our one last coffee, so stick with us, don't go far. Well, that was a good sit this morning. We had a decent little 4-point come out, like a 130. Had like a little spiker, and a bunch of does this morning out in the field, so we'll pull out, go meet those guys for lunch, and get back in here around 1 o'clock. Sit for the evening.
This segment is brought to you by StealthCam digital scouting cameras and Domax construction equipment. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Vortex Optics.
Going back in, finished off lunch, and we're headed in. It's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, so got a few hours here sitting and waiting. Hopefully something comes out. Montana Dream Team from Montana Decoys gonna help lure us in 150, 160 class whitetail today. So as the week goes on, we will do the landowner the favor, as he made us promise him that we would take an animal out of here. So if that's the case, I might shoot a doe over a small buck, but we'll see what happens. So stick with us. Don't worry, I won't let him shoot a doe. Don't worry, I will not shoot a doe. Well, we're here for our first evening set. I set this blind up earlier today and got out of here quietly, and now we've snuck back in. It's around 1 o'clock and we're getting ready for our afternoon set. I've got a couple Montana decoys set up, and hopefully that can't help get a few bucks to come in. Stick with us, you're watching The Fever. Gord and I were talking, and we're like, well, if we set up the decoy with a little bit of buck bomb, doe and estrus, anything that's going behind us will hopefully see that and come in and give us an opportunity. And that's exactly what happened. And he came running in, like right at the decoys. And this is their bedding area, so they're heading that way to the bush. Pretty cool. Hopefully a bigger buck comes in. That might have been the same couple bucks we seen earlier in the day too. But that's gonna conclude this evening's sit. So we're gonna pack up and head out, try to get a good night's sleep and get back here in the morning.
This segment is brought to you by APA Archery and PJ Trailers in Nisku, Alberta. This segment of The Fever is brought to you by Vortex Optics.
Yesterday when we were walking home, we seen another same class of buck as that other bigger one that came in with the spiker, but it was bad light, so we held off. I don't know. I'd love to see him come in today and get a better look at him. Slow morning so far. That's how she goes though. So what do you figure, Gord? Well, we gotta go. I think we should go walk down that fence line and look for some signs. See if that scrape line continues down towards the other side of this bush we're sitting on, and maybe check out a couple new spots in this section we have permission in. Maybe switch it up tonight a bit. We're just walking out of our spot because on the way in we jumped a bunch of does. It was a really nice spot, closer to the fields. We think there might be moving more up there, more tracks. So we're gonna leave our spot where we've been sitting for the night, go hunt up here, just up over this ridge up here, and sit there for the evening. About last 45 minutes. See if we can't get lucky. I like it here. Turn this far. We have does. Bucks over here. Yeah! Oh, I smoked that, buddy. I think he's a 5-point. That's all I'm going with, but I think he's good. Oh, I just smoked. There's deer running everywhere. We followed a bunch down to the backside of this field. We turned around, the one doe wouldn't leave. She would not leave. We're like, what's going on? So we circle back around. Boom, there he is. Nose to the ground, chasing her around. Puts his head up, crawls across, runs across the field, and I stoned him. Wow, unbelievable. We got back to the truck because a whole bunch of deer were leaving, and yeah, Gord made a great shot. We were slowly creeping. We had to do a run down a fence line, but we're gonna go in and get it. We come out of the bush, walk out early, and because we're not seeing the deer, we're in too deep. Sure enough, they're standing around our truck. So we watched a couple does goof around, and then saw a couple other deer on the other side break, and I heard a snort, and saw a little buck take off, and the one doe down over here, she was still kept looking back. So we came up over the hill, and there they are, standing there. The doe went the other way, the buck went across the field, he wasn't bolting, so I took a good shot. We got to go back around the end of this field and get to the gate and get in there and go retrieve this deer, and before it's too dark. We've been sitting for 3.5 days now, and not seeing a lot of action, but seeing a few bucks here and there. Set up some decoys. They came into them. One charged the decoy. That was pretty cool. But not a lot of pressure in this area we're in, so the deer aren't going farther into the bush. So we figured, hey, let's get out and see what's out in the field tonight. And sure enough, they're all out there. They're not bedding very far into the bush and just going out and getting their food and doing their thing. This guy come running out, stopped at about 100 yards broadside, and I hit him once, and then he took off running, and I kind of shot he's behind some branches, so I put one more in him to make sure, and he was just on a light trot, so I felt safe with the shot. Beauty 5-point, man. Perfect symmetrical.
The Fever is brought to you by Stampede Toyota, APA Archery, PJ Trailers, Stealth Cam Digital Scouting Cameras, Traeger Wood-Fired Grills, Vortex Optics, Affordable Hydrovac, K&K Food Liners, Al's Hot Shot and Trucking Services, Domax Construction Equipment, Smith Game Calls, and these other fine partners. For more on The Fever, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.